This is HeKnows Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. We keeping the foot on the what? On the next. Richy Rich, man, talk to us, man. What's good with you, bro?
Good man. Shout outs to He Knows the Sport. Shout outs to you guys in the chat. Hopefully you guys have been having a solid week so far. It's great to be back on the show. Let's get it started with the hot topics, man.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Giannis Antetokounmpo, man. This guy's putting up gaudy stats, man. His last game, 36 points and 20 rebounds. We haven't heard of these unprecedented numbers since Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar more so because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, his first team before he went with the Los Angeles Lakers, was the Milwaukee Bucks. He played there 6 full seasons. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't want to be there because he looked at Milwaukee Bucks as a blue-collar team. He wanted a different lifestyle. He wanted an LA lifestyle. That's what he wanted to deal with. That's what he felt was more conducive to his lifestyle. Now, Milwaukee fans looked at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar like, oh, you think you better than us? But that wasn't the case. He just didn't like the lifestyle because he didn't have no family members or anything. So he only did 6 seasons. But in 6 seasons, he averaged 30.4 points per game. He averaged 15 rebounds. He averaged 5 assists. He averaged 3.4 blocks per game. This man had 1.2 steals. And he averaged 54.7 from the field in 6 seasons. This is ridiculous. This was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at his most athletic, physical form. I mean, this guy dominated like nobody's business. There's a lot of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar stats till this day that has not been touched. This is how dominating this guy was when it comes to basketball. He dominated on the high school level, he dominated on the college level, and he dominated in the NBA level. He was just that good. Wilt Chamberlain, who was considered an NBA legend extraordinaire. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar came in and made people like, Wilt Chamberlain who? He was able to hit the sky hook on Wilt Chamberlain, and that changed the whole landscape of everything because everyone was like, who is this guy? Giannis Antetokounmpo, so many years later, shows up, becomes the Milwaukee Bucks, dominates like nobody's business. We have not seen this resurgence and this dominance from a big man since him. And like Kevin Durant, what makes him an anomaly is Giannis Antetokounmpo is just one of those big, tall guys that can put the ball on the floor, that actually has ball handling skills, and that has the ability to do a lot of things. The only thing he just hasn't shown is the propensity to show a jump shot. But he's dominating. The Milwaukee Bucks are clearly ahead of the pack when it comes to the Eastern Conference. What's your take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and his resurgence and him dominating the way he's dominating? And do you feel that he's going to keep up par with the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar numbers?
Uh, my take on Giannis, man, and his numbers is, I mean, once again, he's just showing why he's the MVP. You saw it in their last game against the Pacers where he wasn't present.
Mm-hmm.
Pacers were able to blow them out. Giannis does so much for that team. And I remember there was a stat they showed a couple weeks ago saying that he tied a record with Shaq having the most 30, 30 and 15 and 5, 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assist games. Nobody but him and Shaq have done that for the past 5 consecutive games. That's ridiculous, man.
Wow.
So that showed you how impressive Shaq was. Shaq was a big man that was able to, find the open man. So you got to give Shaq his credit. Shaq, there was sometimes he was lazy, he didn't get in shape, but he wasn't just a dominant force. He was also able to do things, multiple things as a player his size. And Giannis is doing things like Shaq did, man. So that's
Mm-hmm.
impressive. But Giannis is just like how you mentioned how Giannis is able to put the ball on the floor. Giannis is able to do things at that size, man, and he's able to like gain ground off one step. You know, you don't really see players. He's a generational player in terms of athleticism because he's a guy who doesn't need much. He just needs only one step. He's so long and lengthy. He just needs one step just to get to where he needs to get on the court.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like none we haven't seen before. You know, these numbers. Giannis is going to continue to keep putting these numbers in, man, because he hasn't even reached his prime yet. He's 25 years old, 26. He's just entered into his prime. So these numbers are going to continue to be. We're going to continue to be seeing these numbers for the next 4 to 5 seasons before we start to see a dip in Giannis's game. You know, he hasn't even unlocked his full potential yet. He's continuing to work on his jumper. I mean, once he has a reliable jumper in his game, I
It's
mean,
over.
sky's the limit for a player like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because now how do you defend him? If he can shoot, we already know he can get to the rim, man, at will. But now he has a jumper. You know, the way that the defensive schemes that teams are using against him is to build a wall. That's how
Yep,
you stop any great penetrator.
that's
So
true.
and it works if you have the right defensive personnel on the court. You just can't have any defense. You got to have guys that actually can stay in front of him and could cause him to have issues dribbling the basketball, and that can actually defend the paint. Just can't put anybody in there to stop a Giannis because if you just have any, he's gonna do whatever he wants. I mean, you got
That's
to
true.
have a player like a Joel Embiid. Philadelphia 76ers got defenders like that. You know, Heat got some players like that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Toronto Raptors got players that could give Giannis issues because they have the defense. You know, there's a few other NBA teams that have the personnel, but there's not many.
Yep,
But we'll see, man. Hopefully, I'm hoping Giannis can continue to improve that jumper, man. Because if this guy gets that jumper, man, the league is his. The league is
exactly.
going to be his. He's already doing some dominating things without the jump shot. Just imagine him with the jump shot, man. The league is his, man.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say it like this: when it's all said and done, we have to look at the totality of the thing because we know it's NBA All Star Weekend. You know, lives, numbers, and lives and stuff like that gonna be affected. But hey, the show don't stop, man. You got to keep the train rolling, man. It is what it is. But I'm gonna tell you guys like this: Giannis Antetokounmpo better get that jump shot. He better get it. I ain't playing with him. I better see that jump shot get developed between this year and next year. And the reason why I'm saying that he has between this year and next year is because Giannis Antetokounmpo is in the 7th year of his career. Remember what I told you guys about the 7-year rule, Richie? Rich, you know this rule of thumb. This was a rule of thumb that was created and innovated by me and Edub. You have 7 years as a basketball player to showcase what you bring into the table. In those 7 years, you need to let us know within those 7 years if you are going to be a baller extraordinaire. Within those 7 years, you need to let us know a lot about you and your makeup as a basketball player because you have 7 years to work on your game. You have 7 years to build up an expansive repertoire of a jump shot. You have 7 years to build up the ability for you to be able to put the ball on the floor, for you to be able to show that you're not only a one-dimensional player, but you're actually a player that can go out there and do some damage in terms of a basketball aspect. You got to be able to show that you can go to the left. You got to be able to show that you can go to the right. You got to be able to show that you can just basically be able to dominate on a fashion that's like nobody's business. But this requires you as an NBA player to put in the work. This requires in the offseason for you to not cheat the system and say, you know what? There are things in my game. There are limitations in my game that I need to work on to be able to maximize my ability on the basketball court. For me to showcase that I am better than the sum of all parts. You have to be able to show this as a basketball player. No one else can show this for you. And that's just the facts. Giannis Antetokounmpo has fallen up short. when it comes to these things, because what we've seen is when defenses play against the Milwaukee Bucks, they still run a certain way, certain sets that they run against him to prove that he's nullified. All you have to do is say, hey, I'm going to force you on the outside of the paint, and you're going to have to beat us from the outside. He needs to make sure that that's not a problem. See, you sitting here talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo if he develops a shot, and we're sitting here got Zion Williamson that already has a shot. Have you been watching Zion Williamson play? Zion Williamson is beating defenders on all sides of the aisle. He played against Giannis Antetokounmpo and housed the rebound on him. A guy that's been in the league 7 to 8 years. This guy has only showed up for a first season. Zion is something special, and I knew it. Richy Rich, you know my predictions don't fail, dog. When I put my hand on a player, because I told you about Zion Williamson, when I put my hand on a player, you already know it's going to come to fruition. Zion Williamson already said, he already gave you a braggadocious. You remember what he said at the end of the game against the Portland Trailblazers? My game is so unique that I can adjust on the fly. He gave a true alpha talk, dog. He said, my game is so unique against defenses, I can adjust on the fly. Do you know the level of braggadocious? Do you know the level of cockiness, the level of confidence that you have to have in yourself to be able to say that? And you haven't even cemented your legacy as a player. Are you understanding this, bro? This guy came out and said, my game is so unique that I can adjust on defenses on the fly. Man, that's talking a lot. That's chirping a lot. And you know what? He hasn't just been saying it. He's been backing it up with his game. His game has been showing that he can ball on epic proportions and epic magnitudes. This guy's been playing, what, 10 games in? And what has he been doing? His most impressive game, 31 points in 28 minutes. I don't even want to think if he was healthy from day one. Do you realize the level of form that he would be in right now? This is what I'm saying. People are sitting here talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo. You might have to start saying in your brain, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who? Because Zion Williamson hasn't even touched the season, and look what he's already doing. He's already playing like he's been in the league three years. So again, Giannis Antetokounmpo, if you wanted this best player title, well, guess what? Zion Williamson has arrived, and he could easily snatch this thing from you because he's letting you know while you sitting here trying to get a jump shot, I'm already working to show you guys that I have a jump shot, and I haven't even played 7 or 8 years. So I don't even want to think in my brain if Zion Williamson can maintain his weight, if he can stay dedicated to his craft and get better, and if he could sit there and live and eat and breathe and sleep basketball, if he's going to be able to be this guy we've never seen before. Because he's an anomaly. He's an enigma. When I look at Zion Williamson, I see 4 players with a sprinkling of clutchness of some of the guys that I like. I see Dominique Wilkins meets Charles Barkley, meets Anthony Mason, meets Shaquille O'Neal, and then a little sprinkling of the clutchness of an MJ and a KB24. We've seen this from him in fourth quarters. You saw when he went off for 17 points in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So we know he got that clutch gene in him. But it's just his size at doing this stuff. This guy's dominating, man. He's a dominating presence on the basketball court. So Giannis, I like what he's doing this year. Am I going to sit here and go crazy and say that Zion is right there? No, I'm not going to say that. That would be foolish. We know what Giannis is doing. We know he's a veteran. But Giannis, what's going on with you? Where is your jump shot? Why hasn't that been developed yet? That's the underlying and the silver lining question that I have for you. Because let me tell you something. If the Milwaukee Bucks want to get over the hump, Giannis can't make this team just a Giannis or bust. He's going to have to make this Giannis or Giannis. Did you catch what I just said? He can't make this Giannis or bust. He's going to have to make this Giannis or Giannis, meaning I'm going to be able to beat you on the inside or I'm going to beat you on the outside. Because we have a couple of teams in the Eastern Conference that has something to say for the Milwaukee Bucks. The team that I think is the Miami Heat. They can match up very well against the Milwaukee Bucks because they got people they could throw at Giannis in multiple packages. And Jimmy Butler's coming of his own. I feel like he's on a team where he's coming of his own. So what's your take on this, man? You got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, man, you touched perfectly on about Giannis's terms of how he's looking at his game, where he says he's 60%, but as we know in the NBA, man, you can't be too patient. At some
Mm-hmm.
point, you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. Seriously, man. You like I remember there were times like once I might go off topic. I'm gonna bring up Kobe again. Like I
Mm-hmm.
remember when there were seasons where they would lose, and he would with the Lakers they would have seasons where he would fail, and he wouldn't get to where they wanted to get to, whether it was the finals or winning a championship. Kobe, he would dedicate himself in the summer to go hard, man, and work on his craft even harder,
Mm-hmm.
exhaust himself to to the point of his limit. This is what Giannis needs to do, man. Go into the gym, every day that he possibly can. Throw up 1,000 shots a day until he figures it out, finds a rhythm, man, to where he can start knocking those things down. Because, like you said, new players are coming into the NBA any day, every day, every year, and
Mm-hmm.
new teams are being formed, man. That can come in and that can cause an issue, man. They can block you from winning. New players could come in and they're going to compete against you at the highest of levels. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't wait on trying to get better. You
Right.
have to look you got to look like you got to approach this like there's no time, man. There's no
Mm-hmm.
time, and if you don't work on this thing right now, there's not going to be any future of success for you in the league. Like look what Miami did. I'm glad you brought up Miami because they brought in Andre Iguodala and Jay Crowder for the Milwaukee Bucks. They made
Mm-hmm.
that move precisely for the Milwaukee Bucks. If they face the Bucks in the playoffs, now they could throw a multitude of guys at Giannis. They could throw Iguodala, Jay Crowder, show him different looks. Jimmy Butler. You know, uh, they're gonna put Bam Adebayo. Throw so many looks to keep Giannis thinking, man, guessing. And they know, his jumper is not consistent. So Miami's going to do whatever they can to give themselves a shot to have a chance to come out of the Eastern Conference, man. So that was an impressive move by Miami. But I saw exactly what Pat Riley did. It's a move to compete against the Milwaukee Bucks because the Bucks are the creme de la creme in the Eastern Conference. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to make a move like that to compete against a team. It was the right move for Miami to make. So Giannis, I hope you saw that, man. And you like, man, okay, all right, these teams are making moves against me. It's just like every other contender every year that's dominating in the league. Every
Mm-hmm.
year, these teams they look at and they see the head honcho of the league, and they make moves to get on their level to be able to
Yep.
stop them. So you
Yep.
got to look at it that way, and you got to be like, man, if I don't keep up, these guys are going to pass me, and they're going to stop me from getting to where I want to get to is an NBA championship.
Facts. Facts. Now let's move on to the next topic, man. Carmelo Anthony whispered to Zion Williamson, dog. Let me say it again. He went to Zion Williamson. Y'all want to know what the whisper was? Let me tell you what the whisper was. The whisper was Carmelo Anthony teaching Zion Williamson how to jab step to the left and how to jab step to the right to defenses. This is the information that he was filtering to Zion Williamson. This is why I tell you guys there's a changing of guards that's happening in basketball. There's a new sheriff in town. And the old changing of the guard players realize it. That's how basketball is always operated. Everyone knows who's going to be the next guy. You could tell when the next guy's around because you start seeing older guys want to give them advice. Older guys want to come, say what's up, give that. Carmelo Anthony went, this is how you jab step. And you could tell to the left, and this is how you jab step to the right. This is what Zion Williamson did in a very humble fashion. That means he took the jewels in. That's what you're supposed to do. Not sit there, oh, I got it. No, took the jewels in so that his game could get better. What people have to understand is the media is not getting after Zion Williamson because they're not done with LeBron. They too LeBron happy. They too LeBron gun ho. And this is a double standard. And you know why it's a double standard? Because when LeBron was coming around, they were so quick to throw Kobe to the wayside. Why aren't they so willing to throw LeBron to the wayside? Zion's here. The NBA, the mainstream media should be getting behind Zion Williamson. But you know what it is? They don't like the image of this new guy that's going to be the superstar that they see in front of him. Because they see his personality is not going to be one of conforming. He's not a conformist. Y'all didn't catch that. He's not going to conform, and he's not going to be a conformist. When you see a guy come out and tell you straight out of his own mouth, no PC, my game is so unique that, you know, I can figure out defenses on the fly. Could you imagine when he starts getting more comfortable, the level of vitriol and cockiness that's going to come out of his mouth? Y'all got to pay attention, man. Pay attention and listen. They could already see this with Zion Williamson. And then they don't like the older guy who endorsed Zion Williamson. You know who it is. MJ23. He said, LeBron who? Welcome Zion. LeBron who? Welcome Zion. They asked Jordan the other day when Jordan was in France. He said, oh, that guy? Oh, yeah, he's still playing? Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good. Yeah, he's one of the best players. Zion Williamson is that dude, man. Y'all can already see it because Zion Williamson is already showing to you guys that he is a man amongst boys. What you guys are seeing is this guy is going to take over the league for the next 15 to 17 years. Y'all need to buckle y'all seatbelts and get ready. Because I told you what the name Zion means. It means he could feed literally a whole village. That's how he plays basketball. He plays basketball feeding a whole village. There's nothing that this guy don't do that's just doesn't stand out to you. And the fact that the caveat in it is he's clutch. The question is the New Orleans Pelicans, and that's my question to you, Richy Rich, is the New Orleans Pelicans smart enough to retain him? Are the New Orleans Pelicans going to do everything in their power to ensure that Zion Williamson doesn't go anywhere? That's the question.
And New Orleans, I believe, man, they're gonna do whatever they can to make sure they don't lose a player like him. You know, you can already see it. You know, I knew this kid was gonna be something special. Just watching him, man, and when he was playing with Duke, you saw that he has a bravado in his game, man. He has that special, unique talent, and we don't, you know, that's a kind of like a once in a lifetime seen talent. The way he's able to, his ability to hop, man, and get, you know, get his own rebound or get his own miss or clean up a missed shot, you know, and put it back. You don't really see players with the ability to do that at his size, man. It's impressive. And the way he's able to move, how his mobility at that size, man, is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, and he's shown that he can make shots too. At this young point in his career, the kid is only 19 years old, man. That's crazy. You know, we've seen games where they already had to rely on him, and he's come through for them in the clutch so far this season. It leads me to believe, man, that the Pelicans would be in the playoff race right now. They probably would be around the 6, 7, or even 8 seed, man. They would definitely be a playoff team if Zion didn't go down in that summer league, and if he didn't sustain that knee injury. So, because they would have been a much better team. You already see Lonzo, man. Lonzo Ball plays much better when Zion is on the floor. He's like a walking assist for Lonzo, man. Because every time Lonzo can rely on someone to get an assist, it's always Zion. Zion is always going to be looking to go for alley-oop, or he's going to be cutting. He's going to be doing a lot of things to have Alonzo find him, man. Brandon Ingram, he's now figuring out how to play with Zion on the floor. You know, that's what everybody was waiting to see, how that was going to affect their games. But Brandon Ingram, he's starting to figure it out, you know, and that could make that team a lot more dangerous. You know, Drew Holiday, man, he's still doing his thing. You know, he's the vet on the team. That's still, you know, an integral part on that team. JJ Redick, he's hitting those shots, always hitting those consistent threes. They could still get into the playoffs, man. They just have to go on a good run after this All-Star break. But they are definitely a dangerous team, man. Going into this final second run, in the NBA. And it's because of Zion, man. Zion coming in and making everyone else's job easier on the floor because of his ability, man, to get them second chance points, or always give them a chance to make a point because of his ability to be aggressive around the rim, man. It's a guy like that, man, is just, this is what the NBA needed because we've had a few players, man, that haven't, like their careers, man, were cut short. You see Derrick Rose, his career was cut short with injuries. Jabari Parker, man, this guy, highly touted player, but injuries. We don't know what he would have been if he didn't have all these knee injuries. Andrew Wiggins didn't pan out. Now he's traded to the Warriors. We don't know what he's going to be doing. And now this guy Zion, man, is coming in. You see John Morant too. You see some players, man, that are gonna have some bright futures. Hopefully these guys don't get hurt, man. But Zion, man, this kid is gonna be something special, man, because of what he's shown so far. Sky's the limit for him. And you could tell that kid is a worker, man. He's gonna continue to work. He's going, and that's good that Carmelo Anthony is sharing, man, because that is what's gonna continue to grow the game. You know, don't you see the new generation coming up? Give them advice, man, to improve their games, to keep this thing going, man, going at a high level, man. So that's what the vets got to do. Help these youngsters, man, along the way, man. And I hope all these vets help Zion as much as possible, or give him advice, man. Not if you're trying to compete against him. If you're still in this thing, nah, you don't want to give this dude advice. If you're Kawhi Leonard, nah, you ain't trying to do that. But these guys that's coming out of the league, that's understandable because at that point, you're not really doing anything anymore. So hey, it's not an issue to give some key advice. But I'm looking. That's what I'm looking. Just like what Richard James said, Zion is a Mack truck, man. That's what he is, man. That kid is so strong, man. It's just it's ridiculous. You don't know these NBA players. Just like you said, when he took that rebound from Giannis was like, man, in his mind, he was like, man, this kid is strong, man. He just ripped that ball right out of Giannis's hands, like.
Yep. Like nothing. Like
Yeah.
nothing.
Hey, listen, man. Zion is here to stay, bro. He's coming. That's all I gotta say. That dude is coming. The league, man, is on notice.
So we're gonna switch gears, man, and we're gonna talk about Kobe Bryant. Obviously, we're gonna pay Kobe Bryant respect. As you know, February 24th is gonna be the actual ceremony that they're gonna hold at the Staples Center for him and Gianna Bryant. But I want to talk about two topics, man. The first one that was disturbing, and it was back on January 28th. Speak for yourself. These two idiots, I don't even know why they're still talking about Kobe Bryant. Or they even have the audacity to talk about him. Jason Whitlock and freaking Marcellus Wiley. Wiley had the nerve to say making Kobe the NBA logo could prove problematic. What the heck is wrong with this guy? It was already sacrilegious that you're in Los Angeles and you're sitting here talking against Kobe. Then you have the nerve to sit here and say that it's going to prove problematic. Why? Why would it prove problematic? Because then he started going off of, well, Kobe's controversial. All of the issues that was associated with Kobe, it wasn't all positive, et cetera, et cetera. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. Jerry West already said, I don't want to be the logo anymore. Kobe Bryant is deserving of being the logo. So what's the problem? And why hasn't the NBA made Kobe Bryant the logo yet? Doug Banks, thank you for the inspiration for the next topic because I'm seeing Kobe logo there. Why hasn't the NBA made Kobe Bryant's logo present? They keep saying, yeah, we've got the petition. You needed 2 million. They received 1.9 million signatures in 5 freaking hours. So you know they're well over 2 million. So why is Kobe Bryant not the logo? So that's my first question to you. And then the second one, Paul Gasol, man, that touched me when Paul Gasol said that, man. Paul Gasol said he couldn't talk to anyone for days after learning of Kobe Bryant's death, man. He said he went numb. He called Kobe Bryant his big brother. And this is his words. He said, I just started crying. It was hard to find words. I couldn't talk to anyone for days, Gasol said. The only person I talked to was Lakers vice president of basketball operations and Bryant's ex-agent, Rob Pelinka. That's the only person I could talk to. But this was after days. He called Kobe Bryant big brother, man. Obviously, Kobe Bryant had an impact on Paul Gasol's career. Paul Gasol is forever thankful and grateful for Kobe Bryant because Paul Gasol won NBA championships under the tutelage of Kobe. Kobe raised his game and rose his ability up to epic proportions and epic magnitudes. Remember, the Mamba mentality, basically saying, look, I'm going to tell you guys to be the best versions of yourself, to maximize your abilities at its highest levels. What's your take on those two topics, man? Can't hear you, bro.
Man, I was on mute. Yeah, it's obviously why these guys, are you would make a statement like that, man, because these guys are still living in the past, just like these reporters or these people, who are interviewers and writers. They continue to live in the past, and they are always, going back to that 2003 Colorado situation with Kobe, man. They can't they can't just bury that. At that point, that situation was buried. Things came out, and things were not that didn't look that good, but just like every like certain points in our lives where we close the book on that chapter and we move it along. Kobe was able to reinvent himself, man. He was able to make himself a better person out of that situation, man. So people got to realize, man, some things you just got to move on from, and that's the problem. These guys can't move on from that, even in that man's death. They still pointing to that issue, man. It's just sad, man. Like they're not trying to just understand that this guy's gone, man. He's one of the greatest to ever do it, and he's gone, man. He died. He passed in a tragic way, man, with his daughter and all of the other 7 victims, man, that were on that helicopter crash. Just pay respects to the man and just move on from it. And him being up in petition to be in the logo, man. Kobe's deserving of it, man. He's definitely one of the pioneers of the game. And when you have Jerry West, man, a mentor to Kobe, the guy who is the current logo of the NBA, saying that Kobe deserves to be the logo, that speaks volumes, man. And Adam Silver should, Adam Silver, man, Adam Silver is a scary dude, man, because he's also looking at the ramifications of that issue as well, the '03 thing, and people that are still lingering on that issue, they're probably going to comment and say bad things if that happens. If they make Kobe the logo, they're going to be like, man, but he had these allegations on him, man, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just do it, man. Be bold. This world needs more people to be bold, man. Make the tough decisions. Be bolder. This is what we need Adam Silver to do as an NBA commissioner. That's what David Stern was. David
Right.
Stern. That's what he's remembered for, man. He was the boldest NBA commissioner, probably the boldest commissioner of all sports, NFL,
Mhm.
MLB. I don't remember a bold. That's the type of legacy David Stern left on me.
Yep.
When I see a commissioner running
He didn't
running a
care what those
sports,
players think.
yeah,
He didn't care what they
he
thought. That
knew what
lockout
they did, man.
situation, he checked all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That guy was bold, bolder than the rest of them, man. Adam Silver, be bold, man. Make a tough decision. Don't care what the populace thinks. Do what you gotta do. Kobe's deserving of that, man. Petition. I don't mind. I don't care about that '03 thing, man. Everybody bringing that old crap up, man. It's time to move on. The guy is gone, man.
Facts.
And he had a huge outpouring, man. And it's continuing to rain, man, because the guy was an icon, man, and he was doing great things after basketball. So you got to pay your respects to him, man. Uh, and what was the next thing that you wanted me to touch on as well?
And then Paul Gasol.
Oh yeah. I remember, in one of your videos where you were throughout the week where you touched on the tragic thing again, where I brought up Paul Gasol again, man, and yeah, I was telling you, man, about remember when Paul Gasol brought up, the moment with Kobe when they lost in the finals, and then the Olympics, he lost to Kobe's USA basketball team, and how
Yeah,
Kobe, pushed him, motivated him, showed him that losing wasn't the way. They couldn't go into the next season with that mindset of him, being a loser again. That things had to change. They had to focus on winning, man. Kobe taught this guy so many things, man. And you could definitely see, how it rubbed on Paul. Paul was looking at this man as a mentor, as a big brother, man. You could tell that was one of the people I was waiting to see how break their silence on after the whole tragic event happened, man. You saw that Paul was really hurt, man. In that whole that how to, in the whole ordeal, and how the man just came back to L.A. He was in Spain, he came back to L.A. and he just made himself available to Kobe's wife and his children, man. If whatever they needed, man, he's gonna be around. He's gonna stay in LA for a while. And he's gonna be there for them, man. That just showed you that's true friendship right there, man.
yep,
Because that, like, just like how you mentioned in past videos, there's few people, man, after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they go along the rest of their lives. Only the close ones are gonna remember to have close relationships. They're gonna continue to check in on her, make sure she's okay, along with the kids. You know, his other family members, his parents, man, his sisters, because they are suffering, man, a lot as
grieving.
well.
Yeah,
So that Kobe had some tight relationships with a lot of people, man, and they're gonna continue to check in on that. Paul's one of those guys, and I was waiting to see it, that what his reaction was gonna be, and I knew his reaction was gonna be like that because he was always one of those guys, man. He had a sensitive side to him, and you could already, and Kobe helped elevate his game. He helped bring him to a higher level in his career that he wanted to go to.
facts.
Uh, and it's sad that this had to happen, but this is how life is, man. We're here one day and we're gone the next, man. So we got to try to make do whatever we can to make get the best out of
That's true. That's true. And just to speak to Marcellus Wiley and them, man, I just like, man, these guys right here, they're the last people because you know you got to learn how to throw. You got to learn how to understand, spread flowers on somebody when they're alive. You don't try to throw flowers on them when they're dead. And this is what they did after the fact, and that's why they got called out. That's why Jason Whitlock got the level of outrage and backlash that he did. Marcellus Wiley, he got it too, but not to the same degree. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys were just being fake. They were being basically what we would call tomfoolery coons. And that's what they were in this whole situation. Now, going to Paul Gasol, I like what he did because Paul Gasol understood how Kobe Bryant impacted him. It's the Mamba mentality. Mamba mentality is all about impacting you, and it's all about basically making you the best version of yourself, man. This is what it's about. Kobe Bryant touched these guys. These guys had some of their best career numbers because of Kobe. And not only that, people sit here and they think Kobe Bryant is such this anti-social person. No, he's not. They realize after his career, but even towards the end of his career, people were realizing, man, he's not bad as we thought he was. What they were getting mistaken is his ultra competitive ways because he's a black mamba, apex predator, true alpha. So they get that intermingled and mixed with who he is as an individual. Because when he turns off the black mamba, he's Kobe Bryant. So Kobe Bryant as an individual obviously is somebody completely and fundamentally different. He's not competing. He's just an individual, a human being, just like anybody else. And I think as people were able to see that, that's the Kobe Bryant that a lot of people didn't get a chance to continue to see evolve. Because if you notice, people was loving this personality because that was one of the things that he had to leg up on MJ over. Kobe Bryant was personable. You could touch him. You know what I'm saying? Even though you couldn't physically touch him, you get the gist of what I'm saying. Like he was there. He was tangible. He wasn't like, oh, let me just show up during special situations. No, he was always around. Even though he still carried the aura of being up there on that level, he always made himself available. He always made himself tangible. You could see this through his daughter and how she was gonna, God rest her soul, gonna potentially be the greatest female WNBA player ever, because she was already showcasing the Kobe Bryant movements and all of this other stuff, the repertoire. You could see this in her abilities. So it's just sad, man, that it happened the way it did. Richard James said Kobe was fearless. People expect somebody that competitive to be a teddy bear. That's just BS. He has the rings to prove it, like MJ. I'm sick of the media for years now. Facts. You cannot be an ultra competitor and be this person that has this soft, mild-mannered personality. That's not going to work. An ultra competitor is somebody that's going to have an ultra competitive mindset. Hence, true alpha. A true alpha is going to have an alpha mentality. That alpha mentality means that I'm going to be a totalitarian. That's how Kobe Bryant operated as a leader. He was a disciplinarian of the highest degree and the highest order. He ran the ship a certain way, and no one was going to come in thinking that they were going to run the ship any other way. But you saw that with Gianna Bryant. You saw the movements, man. You saw the fadeaways. You saw the phonetic ability. You could tell at 13 years old, if she's already getting this down, imagine when she's 18. Imagine when she's 19. Imagine when that height starts kicking in, because you could tell the height's going to kick in, because look at the older sister. She's 6'2", 6'3". You could tell the height was going to kick in. So just imagine what that ability was going to be, how it was going to unravel, man. Plus, she was a mini Mamba. That's why Kobe Bryant called her Mambacita, man, because of the way that she played and what she brought to the table. It's just sad, man. And I'm glad that Kobe Bryant's going to be celebrated, but it's also bittersweet, because it's like, man, sometimes I feel like, man, is this still real? Did Kobe Bryant pass away? You know what I'm saying? Did this actually happen back on January 26th? And look how much time has already passed, man. Look how many time has already evolved since this situation. It's just sad. Everything around it is a tragedy. Everything around it just feels off, man. And I just say, man, you know what I'm saying? My condolences and my prayers go out to the Bryant family. You know what I'm saying? My heart prayers go out to them. I just want to see that they can, you know what I'm saying, evolve and move from this situation. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot to ask from Vanessa and them, because she's surviving with 3 daughters. Kobe's not there anymore to help. And Gianna's not there. I mean, she not only lost her husband, she lost a daughter. I mean, that losing 2 people at the same time, the toll on that is ridiculous. Anyways, I just want to move on, because talking about this is kind of like an anvil on your leg. So let's move on to the next topic, man. What's your take on the Clippers and the Lakers? And this is the last topic, because I really want to jump in on this. Doug Banks, you like this topic because I've mentioned this topic before. If you guys see, I've gone on a barrage of explaining this to people. But I'm telling these Laker fans to smarten up and to become wiser fans. They don't like the message, some of them, because they feel like I'm going against and I'm cutting against the fiber of them being a diehard fan. But here's my take on it. NBA teams, sports teams in general, they don't care about you. They're not loyal to a default. You know what they're loyal to? Let me say it again. They loyal to this. They've never been loyal to you, but they expect you to keep this archaic viewpoint and this mindset that you have to be loyal by default. When you do this, what happens is you allow them to be comfortable. And when the comfort sets in, it doesn't allow for accountability. And it doesn't allow for them to feel like they're on a proverbial clock. What happens when pressure hits people? Or when people are put in a position to where they have to step up? What do they instinctively do? They either sink or swim, right? You get that fight or flight response. It's going to be either or. Do or die. Now or never. This is what NBA fans and sports fans in general need to start doing. Hold these teams accountable by putting them on a clock. I've given you all of these years of my fanship. If you value my fanship, you're going to do everything in your power to make sure that you're meeting expectation at minimum or excelling it. And if you can't do that, I'm going to have to denounce my fanship. There's nothing wrong in doing that. The Los Angeles Lakers have not been meeting expectation or excelling expectation for a number of years. Why are these Lakers fans still loyal to them? Now, if you go across the pond, you don't even need to go across the pond. They're just literally in the same building. All you got to do is just walk a few feet. The Los Angeles Clippers are meeting and excelling expectation. And I don't see a problem because Richy Rich, you speak to this to me and you explain this to me. When you look at the LA market, these LA fans have a caveat that no other NBA fans have. You in Miami, you only got the Miami Heat. In Orlando, you got the Orlando Magic. That's all you got. You can't get nothing else. LA has two teams, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Clippers. At this point, it's your ego and it's you that's getting in your own way. They play in the same building in Staples Center. So don't act like if the Clippers beat the Lakers secretly or covertly, you're not going to sit there and swap a jersey. You're going to do it. So let's be open about it. Let's be frank about it. Let's be men and women of confidence, purpose, and an abundance mindset about it. And let's do it openly instead of doing it covertly. Because let's keep it real. These Lakers fans, if the Clippers win, which they will, who do you think they're going to be rooting for versus any other team coming out of the West? You think they're not going to root for LA? Come on, man. I'm just calling a spade here, man. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it 100 and I'm keeping it a buck here. Covertly or secretly, they're going to be rooting for the Clippers, even though they're sitting here telling you they can't stand for the Clippers. Well, let it be known. Let it be proud. Be open about it and say, look, I root for the Lakers, but if everything falls into the wayside, I'm going to root for the Clippers because that's what you're going to do. You know why? Because they share the same building, Staples Center. And the Clippers are meeting expectation. Damn, they're excelling it. Whereas the Los Angeles Lakers have been failing after failing after failing. And here's the thing. People need to understand this. Why do I stay gun-ho on this whole swapping jerseys thing? Doug Banks understands. Swap them damn jerseys. Why do I stay gun-ho on that? Because I'm trying to get NBA fans to be smarter NBA fans, sports fans to be smarter sports fans. You should only be loyal to the team as long as they're loyal to you. You're loyal to them as much as they can be loyal to you. If they're loyal to you enough to where they say, okay, we're going to meet expectation, we're going to exceed it, then you're loyal to them in them doing that. But if they're sitting there looking at your fanship and just going and spitting on it as if you don't exist, then there's a fundamental problem with that. That tells me that you as a fan have allowed yourself through advanced masterful dupery to allow these teams to continue to give you the same rubbish over and over again and with no accountability. And see, everybody's always talking about the Lakers fans, all of these supposed Laker fans and Denzel Washington, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, Jack Nicklaus. These guys will turn coat on you if you can't deliver them a championship. They're used to championships. If LeBron James, which he will, because he's a abysmal 33% NBA Finals averager, a guy that's that low with an NBA Finals average, who's getting older as time is passing on, once they realize the inevitable fate that he can't deliver the goods, they're going to turn on him. I've seen Snoop Dogg do this. I've seen Ice Cube do this. But they're supposedly Laker fans till they die, right? They're going to turn on him. You know why? Because he's not giving them what they're accustomed to, banners. So if they're going to do it, why can't you do it? See, this is the stuff that I'm talking about here. Oh, we diehard Lakers fans. Y'all should have denounced y'all Lakership when LeBron showed up because he brought you an abysmal 33% NBA Finals average. You got Kawhi Leonard on the other side that's averaging the opposite, 67% NBA Finals. Y'all got to be smarter out here in these basketball streets, man. What I'm seeing is Rudy Poo and Plum bring stuff. Classic Dode and troglodytisms. I'm seeing the same tendencies that I see from LBJ apologists and LBJ stans a la NBA loyal fans. Accepting a consistency of mediocrity. Y'all got to hold these teams accountable, man. Because if y'all don't hold them accountable, then guess what? They're not going to do what they're supposed to position themselves so that they can be better. That's just the facts. That's the cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth-telling fashion. See, you guys appreciate He Knows the Sport when He Knows the Sport tells you what you want to hear, right? Oh yeah, man. The truth. I'm loving the truth from HeKnows the Sport because that truth is lining up with my truth. But here's the problem. I'm always operating in the realm of truth. So eventually the truth that I deliver is not going to coincide with how you feel in your own bias. Doug Banks knows this. When I say Stephen Curry's a high octane beta, aka alpha wannabe, he don't like that. That makes him hot and bothered like grits. But it's the truth. Kevin Durant is the heavyweight lifter, the true alpha extraordinaire. I call him Slim Reaper, apex predator, true alpha. If it wasn't for him, Stephen Curry would have gone away into abysmal. He wouldn't have had those extra 2 championships. And we got to keep it real here. Now, I know he's a Curry stance. So he's going to back up Curry and say 1A, 1. No, it was 1 alpha, a la Kevin Durant, and 2 high octane beta, aka alpha wannabe, Stephen Curry. That's what the hierarchy was. There's no such thing as 2 alphas on a basketball team. That never exists. You got an alpha and you got a high octane beta, aka alpha wannabe. That's how basketball operates. There's a hierarchy, people. Wake up and smell the damn coffee. And Stephen Curry understood this because Stephen Curry said, yeah, that's that guy. I will defer to him immediately, unequivocally, and unquestionably because his true alphahood is too undeniable. This is how basketball works. Pippen had to be subservient to Michael damn Jordan. That's how it works. The beta has to always be subservient to the alpha. This is basketball in its most purest and its most hierarchy form. You guys got a guy that's a highest form of a high octane beta, aka alpha wannabe. He's shown you what he could deliver. 3 for 9 NBA finals average. What do you think is going to happen? What do you guys think that's going to happen? Yuski Knight, I know you like, man, may the best team win. Don't give me that. You my day one. I don't want to hear it. Because see, here's the thing. Y'all sitting here and y'all acting like when it's all said and done, the Los Angeles Lakers are going to make some. No, they're not. Wake up and smell the coffee because you have another team in LA in the same market at the Staples Center that has already told you their mantra. You know what the Clippers mantra is? LA our way. Let me say it again. LA our way. They started this. Let me say it again. LA our way, meaning LA our championship way. Because they're going to get championships. Don't get it twisted. Kawhi Leonard is the best player on the basketball planet right now. Until Kevin Durant comes back. When Kevin Durant comes back, he's going to lash him up and lock him up. Best believe that. Because Kevin Durant is just the best. Until proven otherwise. I don't care who it is. And I like Zion Williamson. I don't care who it is. Giannis Antetokounmpo, ain't nobody touching no damn Kevin Durant when Kevin Durant's on that basketball court. Because he's mastered the game both mentally and physically. But while he's on the sidelines and he's chilling, Kawhi Leonard is the guy. He's the next guy. He's what I call smooth operator, apex predator, true alpha. That's right. They all got their own vernacular of a damn true alpha. And true alphas only roll a certain way. Y'all got to understand how this basketball thing rolls. You got a guy like that in Kawhi Leonard that you know is giving you a 67 percentile winning percentage. You see, there you go, Doug Banks. See, I told you. He's a Curry stance, dog. You can't have 2 alphas, dog. I don't know how many times I have to teach you this stuff. There's an alpha and there's a beta, dog. That's just the way it rolls. Listen, Doug Banks, you start listening to me, you're going to learn some basketball, dog. There's no such thing as 2. There's never existed in basketball. You can't have 2 alphas. When Magic and Kareem played, one of them had to take a beta role eventually. Kareem was the alpha on the top end, but as he got older, he had to shoot down to the beta role and let Magic Johnson get that. You can't have 2 alphas. Have you ever heard of this term in Luke Cage? Bushmaster said, 2 bulls can't reign in 1 yard. Dandada is not plural, you know. Do you know what Dandada is? Dandada is the alpha. Alphas are not plural. There can only be one. I'm trying to tell you guys something. I'm giving you guys basketball 303 manner. You could take it or you could leave it, dog. This is basketball that comes from the basketball heavens. You could take it or leave it, dog. That's totally up to you. Basketball 303 lane is not for everybody. You don't want to hear it? That's on you. But if you do want to hear it, then it is what it is. But y'all can't pick and choose when HeKnows the Sport drops this cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat, truth-telling fashion, and then pick and choose which one appeals to you and which one doesn't. The truth is the truth. It hurts. It hurts me. Damn near, I don't like to hear my own damn truth. Richy Rich knows this. When I gotta face my own damn truth, I don't want to hear. So how much more you think I'm hurting when I gotta hear my own damn truth? You guys don't want to hear it, but it's the facts. You got a 67 percentile guy in an NBA Finals averaging Kawhi Leonard and a 33% LeBron James. This is a no-brainer. Richy Rich, I want you to talk to this, man. Speak to this. Why are Laker fans holding on to a dead horse? LeBron James is a team obliterator. Everything he touches is equal to 33%. Why do that to yourself? Why be a part of the next 3 years of 33%? All because you want to say you a diehard Lakers fans? That's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Talk to them, Richy Rich.
I mean, you brought up some great points, man, on why they should swap the jerseys. But like you said, man, it's all about loyalty, man. Some of these fans, being a loyal man, being a ride or die, man, is like a greater a sense to it. If they don't just leave, and bandwagon to the other team. But I'm guessing, you're also right where, a lot of these fans are just waiting for the Clippers to actually, man, usurp the Lakers, beat them, show that they could beat them in this year's playoff, and then they're gonna start rooting for them because we all know you could be there's diehards, but there's always more casuals than diehards.
Mm-hmm.
So the casuals, man, they're just waiting to see what happens. They're not just a lot of people live in the moment, man. So in this moment, okay, it's still the Lakers. The Clippers haven't really proven anything. All they've done is just won 2 regular season games, but they gotta win in the postseason. Once they win, we're gonna start putting on them Clipper jerseys. We're gonna start repping that team. They're gonna be the big brothers of LA for now. But right
Yep.
now, it's still the Lakers. I mean, and you also touched on another good point, about uh, the team's ultimate goal is money, man. The bottom line is always money. They don't really care about the fans at the end of the day because they're always going to raise the prices, especially after touching success. We've seen it with the Lakers. Remember
Yep.
when they were in the Forum?
Yep.
Forum, all the old diehards were going to that stadium and they weren't paying crazy prices, man, to go attend those games. Once they moved into Staples, man, you saw there was a shift. There was a change there.
Mm-hmm.
Those seats that they used to pay for in the Forum, those seats were tripled, man, quadrupled. And
Mm-hmm.
some of those fans couldn't attend those Lakers games like they wanted to. We're
Mm-hmm.
not seeing that with the Warriors and how they were in the Oracle and they made that change to that new stadium now, man. Them ticket prices that tripled and quadrupled, and them old fans can't really get into them seats like they used to. So
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, fans got to look at it, man. You brought up some great points, man, because teams are not loyal, man. People that run teams are not loyal. Players are not loyal.
Yep.
So why should you be loyal nowadays? But I get it. If you've been with an organization for so long, you've been riding with them, especially especially since your young childhood, you've seen that team win so many championships, 16 titles. That's a lot of titles. Uh, it's hard for you to just leave a history like that. And I respect those fans that stay along for the ride, but
Mm-hmm.
just like you said, man, you can't go for a player like LeBron James because this guy's success is not guaranteed, and he always needs to form Voltrons, form uh, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Megazoids to try to win titles, and it's still not guaranteed because we've seen him lose with stacked teams. He's
Mm-hmm.
he's 3 for 9. He's been in the finals 9 times, and he's only won 3. So this guy is nothing's guaranteed with this guy. Everything needs to go his way. Even breaks, lucks, 50 balls. Everything needs to go LeBron James. When he wins, everything, absolutely everything needs to go his way. It's like he's the most complicated superstar I've ever seen, man, because when you look at these other superstars dominate, they just flat out dominate. With him, certain things gotta happen for him, man. It's ridiculous, and he gets this high praise, man. Like I'm like, this dude, man, it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Everything had to be aligned for him to actually win, man.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude gets all this unwanted praise. It's funny to me, man. But that's how it is. So you can't count on this guy. You see Kawhi, man. He's coming along the way, man. You know, there's still some things I think that Clippers team needs to address, like Paul George's his health, man. You like I'm concerned about that because
Mm-hmm.
he's not building that chemistry that him and Kawhi need to be building, man. Throughout the season, they gotta get these games in, man, so they can be ready to do what they supposed to do in the postseason. The dude need to get healthy and he need to build that chemistry with Kawhi, and they need to start showing that they could be that defensive ace team like we expected them to be. But
Mm-hmm.
it's there's still some games in the season, but that's just a concern I'm having right now. We'll see if they address it. They better address it. They have to because the expectations, man, is a mother. You know that. So they got to do what they got to do. But like you said, once again, man, nothing is counted on with LeBron James. He
Mm-mm.
even with AD. AD's nice. He's a great addition, but what has AD done in the postseason? He hasn't really done anything. He's been swept one time and he's been beaten 5 by the same team, by the Warriors. You
Yep.
know, he had that one win on the Portland Trailblazers, but they were favored in that matchup, man, because
Mm-hmm.
he had other players on that team that impacted that series. He wasn't the Drew Holiday was locking up Damian Leonard and CJ McCollum. If
Yep.
Drew Holiday wasn't there, you think they would have beat the Blazers?
Nope.
No, no, because that dude was a huge integral part of them winning, beating the Blazers. He was able to lock up their two best players. And
Mm-hmm.
he exposed those guys, and that helped AD advance and get knocked out in 5 by the Warriors. So AD's not a player you can count on too. He has to show that he can raise his level of play up in the postseason too. Go deep and show that he could deliver the goods. So we're gonna see about that. All these fans, yeah, Lakers are the number one seed. They this and they that, but they haven't shown anything yet. The Clippers haven't shown anything yet. So, hey man, it's gonna be we're gonna be having our eyes on this whole situation throughout the rest of the season, man. But
Yep.
great points, man. People gotta. Hey, it makes us think, man. When we look at all the politics around it, it makes us think.
Yep. That's true. And see, this is the reason why I say this, and the reason why I say what I say is it's for a fundamental reason. All of these Lakers legend that they all hold to. Well, you see, all these Laker legends, they all bellied up, man. Every last one of them. They did it in their own way. Will Chamberlain, y'all need to go watch my video today. My video today is completely irrefutable. It's a masterpiece. All you got to do is just sit there and watch, and you're gonna learn. Because I went there and opened the encyclopedia book out, and I set it up in a way to where if you try to refute it, then you're just making yourself lose brain cells. It's not gonna happen. All you're gonna do is just you taking gems and you taking jewels. That's it. You have to look at Will Chamberlain. Will Chamberlain was not loyal to these damn NBA teams. You know why? Because he knew they was gonna pimp the system. He knew once he became over the hill and he wasn't gonna be that guy, they were gonna get rid of him. They act like LeBron James is the innovator of free agency. Hold on one second. They act like LeBron James is the innovator of free agency. Will Chamberlain was the guy who not only negotiated his own deals. I'm gonna teach you guys something because I told you when he knows the sport want to be something, he can be the best at whatever he want to be at. I just choose to not operate in anything that I do in full lane. You know what I'm saying? But if I want to be the best in NBA encyclopedia, I can do that. Here's the thing that people got to understand. Will Chamberlain was the guy that innovated the freaking whole thing of being a one-stop shop notary republic when it comes to basketball. He didn't have an agent. LeBron has agents. Will Chamberlain was his own agent. He negotiated his own deal. He was a mastermind at negotiating deals always in his favor. And he was so smart at duping teams, leaving them bewildered and stupid. That's how he was able to go from one team to the next, leaving them with their mouth jawed out. He saw that they were going to try to trade him, and he put the cart before the horse. He did this with the Philadelphia 76ers. When he was with the San Francisco Warriors at the time, I don't know if Doug Banks, you're a young buck, so I don't know if you knew that that's what their names were before they became the future Golden State Warriors. You know what they said? You know what the owner Franklin Muley said about Wilt Chamberlain? He's a disgusting human being. Us and the fans, we hate him. You know why? Because Wilt Chamberlain was a charismatic figure, and he was a confident guy, but he was very complex. He just didn't tolerate no BS. At that time, that was very taboo. You could not be an outspoken, let alone black person. Those two things, they just don't happen. That's not supposed to happen. And that's what Wilt Chamberlain was, an unspoken, unapologetic black guy. That just happened to be very smart. And they couldn't stand that because he would not be PC with certain things. So you know what they said? The San Francisco Warriors fans and freaking ownership, oh, we don't like you. You're a distasteful human being. Go research it. So you think he was going to be loyal to that? So y'all got to wake up, man. Y'all got to wake the hell up. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Milwaukee Bucks. Why didn't he stay there? Is it because they did him wrong? No, they didn't do him wrong. He just didn't want to freaking be there. He dominated. But you know what they did? They tried to make him be this person that he wasn't. He was converting into being a Muslim. He was going through these civil rights, radicalizing type of movements and the way that he thinks, et cetera, et cetera. And you know what ended up happening? They wanted him to stay as Lou Alcindor because they understood that if he stayed as Lou Alcindor, that would have been their version of being able to push out the American dream of what a black NBA basketball player should look like. He saw the dupery for what it was, and he wasn't having it. Was the team in his best interest? Were they loyal to him, or were they loyal to the fact that he was athletic and he was 7'2"? Well, like he said, see, y'all gotta be smart here, man. Y'all gotta be smart. Now let's fast forward. Jerry West. What did the Lakers do to him? When he retired, he gave them almost all of those when you look at those 16 championships that the Lakers had, you could say that 8 or 9 of them belong to Jerry West because of either the way he GM'd it, he brokered it, he power broked it, you name it. All he asked for was just a piece of the ownership stake. You know what those owners told him? Were they loyal to him? How many championships did he get them? He was behind the scenes for the Magic Johnsons and all of these things of the world. He was the one that was advising Jerry Buss because Jerry Buss wasn't a basketball mind. He was a businessman. Why are NBA fans letting players be the ones that are smart enough to realize that these sports teams are not loyal to you? So why the hell am I going to be loyal to them? Now let's fast forward. Shaquille O'Neal. Wasn't he the guy that everybody was saying, oh, Shaquille O'Neal's so dominant, man. He's finals MVP. What did Jerry Buss do to him? You 32. Kobe Bryant is 25. Get the hell out of here. We don't need you anymore. You over the damn hill. Were they loyal to him? Or were they loyal to the mighty dollar? Y'all gotta wake up, man. I'm trying to get you NBA fans to be wiser out here. All this, I'm loyal, man. It's arcade. You got to be loyal. But no, because they're not loyal to you. They only loyal to the dollar. And they know because of the blindness and the brain full of mush and the brainwashed dodo headness of you being a loyal fan, because that's what it is. Loyal fan just means stupidity. I'm going to just call a spade here. They know this. So what they do is they say, oh, okay, we're just going to be comfortable because we know they're going to be our fan anyways. We don't have to go out there and excel. We don't have to go out there and maximize nothing. Who was the smart one out of all of them? Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant. Because when they got rid of Pat Riley and they were trying to get Pat Riley out of there, Magic Johnson said, look, man, I'm going to leave freaking LA if y'all try to get rid of Pat Riley. That ain't happening over here. He told him straight up because he understood his cachet and he used his leverage and used his power because he knew they weren't loyal. Because Pat Riley, again, was an unspoken, uninhibited type of guy. And he wasn't going to just take anything from anybody. I'm giving y'all history here. You can't refute this. Now, Magic Johnson put it out there. I'm loyal to y'all as long as y'all loyal to me. That's how NBA fans need to be, man. They need to pay attention to these legends because these legends are teaching you what loyalty should look like. I'm only as loyal to you as long as you're loyal to me. And if you can't hold your bargain of being loyal, why the hell should I be loyal to you? You see what I'm saying? Y'all got to start using your brains here. Kobe Bryant. Y'all sitting here acting like I'm saying it's foreign. Richy, you know, I'd save the best for the last. This is called napalms. You know what I'm saying? This is that ether, that stuff that make your soul burn slow. Kobe was going to swap a Laker jersey for a Clipper jersey. So what am I saying here that's off? My dude KB24 was about to do this. Y'all forgot? Lest you forget, let's have to remind your ass. What happened in the 03 and 04 season? Shaq wasn't the only one that was looking to leave. Wasn't it KB24? KB24 was about to drop on the hat of a dime and take his ass over to the Clippers. He was getting ready to swap a Lakers jersey for a Clipper jersey. You know why? Because the Lakers weren't loyal to him. So why the heck, if they're not loyal to him, he should be loyal to them. And people are sitting here telling you, well, the player dynamic is different from the fan. No, it's just the players, they can see what's going on the back end. They know that these sports teams are not loyal. They're not loyal to you. Players. So if they're not loyal to players that's actually going out there doing the heavyweight lifting and winning them championships, how much more less you think they're going to be loyal to you as the fan? Y'all didn't catch that. Richard, I just dropped the basketball. I think it's a new lane I created. I dropped the basketball 404 right now. Let me say that again because this one needs to sink. NBA players, listen, players. What do they do? Play. Why they hence the word player? Because they go out there and play. These guys are going out there doing the heavyweight lifting and winning for these people. And you guys turn around and see that they spit on these guys. They don't even care about them. They're like, oh, you too old. Let me throw you out the way. They're not loyal. They're loyal to the mighty dollar. How much more these guys that is doing all this work for them, how much less do they look at you as the NBA fan? Y'all not hearing me, man. I'm telling you something that's very intelligent. And if you are expanding your mind and you're seeing this for what it is, you're going to start changing your NBA fanship. You're going to start changing your sports fanship. And you're going to start looking at it in a rare and a unique mindset. You have to be loyal to these sports teams as loyal as they are to you. If they're not meeting expectation and they're not excelling, then they don't deserve your fanship. The Los Angeles Lakers, have they been meeting expectation? Have they been excelling? No. So you put them on a proverbial clock. Because if you don't do that, then you know what's going to end up happening? They're going to stay comfortable. The Los Angeles Clippers, they're meeting and they're excelling your expectation. So why don't you just swap your damn Lakers jersey for a Clippers jersey? You're in the same damn building. Because if you do that, you know what you're telling the Lakers? You're not doing what you're supposed to, so screw you. I'm going to go over there on the Clipper side. And you know what that's going to force the Lakers to do? Tighten up. I'm giving you guys jewels here, man. I'm giving you gems. If you guys take it, you will have a better fan base experience. Your fanship will be a thing of beauty. This is how I see basketball. This is the way that I view fanship. Why do you think I always am in what you would call close to or damn near in the winner's aisle, in the winner's circle? Because I ain't loyal to you if you ain't loyal to me. It's self-preservation, folks. Self-preservation is the law of the land. So pay attention and listen. Let me say it again. Pay attention and listen. Be about yourself, man. Don't be about these damn sports teams because they don't care about you. So you need to start putting them on a proverbial clock. Los Angeles Lakers, you are on a proverbial clock because you got a 33% NBA Finals average holder there. That means you're telling me that you want to be a consistency of mediocrity. You want to show me that you are only going to give me 33% of a success rate. So you know what? You only going to get 33% of my success rate as a fan. That's what you should give them. You reciprocate what they put out. It's kind of like that reap what you sow mentality, or whatever you put in, that's what you get back. That's how you're going to have to smarten up your fanship. Because if you don't do that, what you're going to find year in and year out is a bunch of heartache, headache, and damn near emptiness. I'm going to say it again. Heartache, headache, and emptiness. Y'all need to smarten up, man. And this is not no, he knows the sport is trying to I ain't trying to convert no damn body. I'm just telling you cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truths that's expanding your mind to where your fanship is going to be a more beautiful experience. Y'all have a caveat in LA that nobody else has. You know what it is? You have two teams you can root for. I wish I had that. Boy, I would put pressure on an NBA team if I had two teams. The Lakers and the Clippers? What? Man, one day I got a Laker jersey on. The next day I got a Clippers jersey on. You know why? Because I'm putting pressure on both sides of the aisle. You don't do what you got to do, I'm over here. You don't do what you got to do, I'm over there. That's how y'all got to be, man. Because if y'all do that, you know what's going to end up happening? Both NBA teams are now going to have to fight to meet and excel for your expectation. So that means now, as an NBA fan, not only are you getting what you're paying for, you're getting your bang for your buck, you're actually pushing these people to do what they're supposed to, which is their freaking job. You're a GM, general manage. Don't make it a comfortable situation. You're an owner, go out there and spend them damn dollars. What do you think Steve Ballmer's doing? Steve Ballmer's out here spending all of the money in the world to make sure he's living up to his promise to make sure that the Clippers are meeting and excelling expectation. Look what they just did. Trade grade value A. And y'all sitting here saying, nah, that's not my team. I'm a Lakers for life. You want to be blind? You want to be brain full of mush? You want to be a brainwashed dodo head? Then be that. But let me tell you something. Either you do it willingly or you do it forcefully. And you know what the forceful thing is? When you go into the playoffs and you watch the Clippers ramelang the Lakers. That's going to force you to do it instinctively. You know why? Because you're not going to like that feeling to see how Kawhi Leonard lashes up and locks up LeBron James in the NBA Finals, and you sat there and put all your energy on the Lakers. Remember, LeBron James is there. He's a team obliterated. He's a losing cause. So why go for a loser? Why go for a guy who you know if he goes to the finals 3 times, he's only going to merit you 1? Y'all ain't hearing me, man. This guy's gone to the finals 9 times, but he's only merit you 3. And that's the guy you're going to get behind? Whereas Kawhi Leonard has gone to 3 and he's married you 2. Last time I checked, 67% is better than 33%. And if Kawhi Leonard wins this year, he's at a 75%. He graduates. Whereas LeBron keeps regressing. So y'all got to be smarter NBA fans here. I'm trying to help you guys expand your fanship. Again, what other NBA team you know, Richy Rich, that has a caveat of 2 teams? If you in Miami, you only got Miami Heat.
Exactly.
You in Chicago, you only got Chicago Bulls. You in Orlando, you only got Orlando Magic. Y'all got Lakers and Clippers, and y'all not taking full advantage of this stuff? Oh, y'all not being smart. Because I would take full advantage. Oh, you're not doing? You're not? That's what Kobe Bryant did. Kobe Bryant was about to go spit right on the Lakers' face because he was going to go right there. That's Black Mamba right there. That's why Kobe Badu, dog. That's Mamba mentality. He was about to go right next door, walk a few steps, put that Clippers jersey on, and ramelang the very team he played for. You know why? Because they wasn't being loyal to him. So he was going to right back to them and say, since you're not loyal to me, I'm not going to be loyal to you guys. So if you Kobe fans, why don't you have the same mindset? You sit here and say that, hey, man, Kobe's my guy. I prescribe to that. If you do, then what's wrong? He did it. And he sat there before he passed away and said, Kawhi Leonard, I love what Kawhi Leonard is doing, the challenge that he's taking on. He doesn't want to team up with LeBron James. He wants to take it to him. That gave Kobe Bryant Black Mamba goosebumps. The fact that he could sit there and watch a fellow Laker, well, not fellow Laker, but a fellow LA native. He's not an LA native, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Could sit there, a sister team, could sit there and want to compete. Y'all crazy. See, eraser, New York Knicks and the Nets. There you go. See, I forgot about that one. That's a caveat right there.
Brooklyn, they don't play in the same stadium.
They don't play in the same stadium, but they New York.
Yes.
I get the gist of it. They're New York. Hey, Knicks, you ain't doing what you. I'm going to the damn Nets. Y'all gotta be smarter, man. This is how you position and you demand these teams to give you what you want. Otherwise, as an NBA fan, they're not gonna give you what you want. If you don't do this, you don't force their hands and put them on a proverbial clock to where they have to be pressure or be put in pressurized situations to where they have to meet or excel your expectations, then you are going to be a fan of heartache, misery, misery, and emptiness. That's just the way that I look at it. I don't have to deal with those problems because I'm a one transformational NBA fan. So my whole fanship is completely different. I go where that one transformational player goes. That's just the way I do it because I just like high success ratios. That's me. I ain't telling everybody to be like me. That's just me. But I'm telling you guys as loyal fans, y'all need to smarten up and get y'all weight up and start thinking from a more smarter perspective. If the team is not doing what they're supposed to, you as the fan say, you know what? In your mind, you on the clock. If all you guys do this, then guess what? The team is going to take notice and they're going to make strides to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to so that you guys can step up. So, what is the recap here? Lakers fans, swap your damn Lakers jerseys for Clippers jerseys. Because if all of y'all do that, then guess what the Lakers are going to do? They're going to go out there because they're not going to like that feeling that, damn, all of these Lakers fans just put on the damn Clippers jersey. They're going to go out there and meet expectation. If that means trading LeBron, trading a 33% NBA Finals average person so that they could get somebody of quality and of substance, they're going to do that. But it's up to you guys. It's incumbent upon you guys to lift that level of standard up. If you don't do that, then you're not going to get the quality that you're looking for. That's all I got to say on that. You got anything you want to say?
Yeah, you brought up some great points, man. The Lakers, they actually position themselves to be in a win-win situation, even if they don't have success in winning a title this season or ever with the acquiring LeBron James, because the tickets, they're still selling out because they got such of a big time player like LeBron, but they
Mm-hmm.
got him in on the back end of his career. So
Mm-hmm.
if they don't win a title, I mean, hey, they don't. They didn't win a championship. They fell there, but they still sold those tickets. Though. Still got
Mm-hmm.
those fans coming out to those games. They're still selling apparel, memorabilia. They're still one of the teams that's the talk and the buzz of the NBA media world.
Mm-hmm.
They're also one of the New York Knicks are the most expensive franchise, revenue wise, but Lakers are number two. They're still in that top two slot. So
Mm-hmm.
they're not in a lose. They're not in a lose situation. They're in a lose win. Yeah, they don't get a finals, but they still win by over meeting their goals and their profits. You know, they don't lose out when it comes to money wise. They don't lose out. So you brought up some great points, man, in that aspect. When you look at the team front office, how that comes into play, and how they're not really loyal to fans. It's all about the bottom line. You know, they don't. We've heard like from moves in the past where uh, now we're in the social media era, so we're able to hear everything. Everything comes out, but in the past you didn't really like hear about these things about these players challenging their front offices, their owners to make moves, or guys being outspoken, unapologetic, wanting to leave a team. Things weren't put out, or if they were put out, those stories were killed immediately. They weren't
Yep.
put into the media like that. So now we're hearing all this stuff come out. Now you see a shift in a lot of these players, man, and they're giving you an idea on how these teams operate now. So
Yep.
it makes you think, man. It makes you ponder about the whole situation. Should I really be loyal to this team? Especially if they're not doing what they're supposed to do to make a team be a title contender. They
Yep.
just one of these owners, man, that's just out to get profit. They're
Yep.
trying to get all the profits. They're like a farm system. They're
Mm-hmm.
building, they're acquiring players, getting all these players in the draft, only
Yeah.
to have these players to be pawned off to other teams, make their other teams better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to look at the whole totality of the situation, and we got to understand that, hey, if we're a fan of a team, any team,
Yeah.
they're not doing their jobs, man. Listen, we might have to, take a leap of faith somewhere else. That's
There you
how
go.
it works, man. So
There you
that's a
go.
great point. Laker fans are gonna have to, look at that, man. If the Clippers are, the team to win the title this year, hey man, you might have to look at that situation
Yep.
because honestly, LeBron is at the back end of his career. This is not a guy you can count on. His finals record shows it. Numbers don't lie. So if he doesn't win, is he going to win at 36, 37? Hmm. That's a tough nail to crack. So you
Yep.
got to think about that. So if the Clippers win, man, you guys, I'm expecting a lot of Clippers jerseys. I'm expecting a lot of jerseys being swapped next year.
Mhm.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, great point, man. Great topic for people to really ponder on the way you broke it down, man. You
Yeah.
broke that thing down to a science.
Yep. Because I want people to start thinking, man. I want them to start thinking on this deep thinker level. And I know they can't be a three-dimensional thinker like he knows his sport, but at least at your deep thinker level, start thinking, start expanding your mind. Because I'm telling you guys, I put a quote in today's video that I did earlier. Most fans have nothing invested on the teams they are rooting for, but their mind space and emotions alone. Think about that. I'm going to say that again. Most fans have nothing invested on the teams they are rooting for, but their mind space and emotions alone. Just that alone in and of itself is enough for you to sit there and say, you know what? I need to do some critical thinking and I need to reevaluate my NBA fanship and I need to evaluate my sports fanship. If this team's not cutting the mustard because only my mind space and my emotions are involved, now it's me. It's my ego that's getting in the way. It's me telling myself through masterful advanced dupery of the sports team that I have to be loyal to them. Who told you that? Who told you that you had to be loyal to a team? Who put an anvil on your leg to tell you that you had to be loyal by default? Who told you that? No freaking one had to tell you that, man. Thank you, Lewis. He said no. He's not winning at this age unless he's the 12th man. Lewis said, I saw that video. He knows that was basketball 505 level. Thank you, bro. I didn't even know that level existed. So you, hey, you can have at it, dog. That's on you, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope you can contribute on. You can come through on Sundays and contribute. But we're gonna close out soon. But yeah, man, I would love to have you on Sundays and we can go on this topic back and forth because I want to revisit this topic again on Sunday. But I just want to tell people, man, like y'all gotta think. And the thing is, people are not thinking. They're not expanding their minds. And Lewis would be another one because he's a encyclopedia extraordinaire himself. So it would just be iron sharpening iron with us talking about this along with Richy Rich. I'm telling you guys, be smarter, man, with your fanship. Don't just give it away and say I'm loyal to this team all because of some vain ignorance. Know what your fanship is giving you. And if it's not giving you anything, then you need to apply the self-preservation rule because self-preservation is the law of the land. If you don't take care of yourself, ain't nobody going to take care of you. That's what self-preservation is all about. And if you can't get that from a team, whether if it's a sports team or an NBA team, then you need to say kick rocks. You need to get rid of them. So again, what's the recap? What's the whole emphasis? Swap, appreciate that, Lewis Sports Network. Swap your damn Lakers jersey for your Clippers jersey. I know it's hard. I know it's not easy. I know it's not something you want to do, but it's not about what you want to do. It's about what you need to do. And time is of the essence here because guess what? We approaching damn near All-Star break. And then after that, we already know what time is going to be in the second half. So y'all need to make up a mind. It's now or never. Because the Clippers is letting you know where they stand with the moves that they making. The Lakers are definitely letting you know where they stand with the moves that they did not make. Their inactivity tells you everything you need to know. The Clippers activity tells you everything you need to know. As the consumer and the fan, you need to be smart enough to realize, okay, I got a caveat situation. I got two teams I can root for in LA. Let me root for the team that's going to give me the highest probability. And nobody's going to fault you for that. Because at the end of the day, don't nobody care. Nobody's in your brain telling you, oh, you're being bandwagon. I don't know that. So it's you really wrestling with yourself. I don't know this. Because in all essence, you're not being bandwagon because you're still rooting for the same market and you're rooting for a sister team that happens to be in the same building. I don't see it that way. That's a caveat that you have. And when I say caveat, that means that's a gift. It's something special that you have that other people don't have. Take advantage of it. Lakers, you don't do what you got to do. Clippers, you my team. Clippers, you don't do what you got to do. Lakers, you my team. By doing this, you're forcing both markets to have to compete for your services as a fan. Because when it's all said and done, who is the end all be all for all sports? It's the fans. You're the consumer. You're the one that's paying for it. If you're smarter about how you pay for it, then they're going to have to tighten up on their end. Otherwise, they're not going to do that because they see that you're being too much of a dodo head and too much of a brain full of mush and a brainwashed follower that they don't need to sit there and do this for you. Stop being dodo heads and be smarter. This is what I am challenging you guys to do. So, in a sense, that's kind of like HeKnows Sports Black Mamba or Mamba mentality that I'm challenging you guys to do. Tighten up, man. Get smarter. So, again, what's it all about again? Swap your damn Lakers jersey, swallow your damn pride, and swap them for Clippers jersey. Doug Banks already did it. Ben Castro already did it. Lewis Sports Network Ben did it. So what the hell are you guys waiting for? Wake up, folks, because I'm telling you right now, the Clippers are here. They've already given you their mantra, LAR way. So let's jump on this LAR way for championships. That's how I look at it. Richy, you got anything else you want to say and close out, dog?
Yeah, it's like with everything, around us, man. As consumers, people, we look at it, people how they act with cell phones, Apple, Samsung. You see how people are, how those companies are always competing, trying to one up each other. Trying to have the latest tech and cell phone technology. And how these, we as consumers go crazy over those devices, man, and we're always shifting over to which one brings out the latest, innovative tech. That's how we got to start looking at these sports. Which team is out here trying to, do the best, to uh, acquire our fanship. Have us be loyal to them. So we got to approach it how we approach, with everything in life, man, and where, as consumers, with food, technology, everything, man. You got companies competing against each other. But same as these teams, you've been loyal, a diehard for a team like let's say the Charlotte Hornets, man. What have they been doing, man? They haven't been doing anything. Missing a postseason, pawning off players to other teams. Look at Kemba Walker. He's a Celtic, man. That guy was on that team for 7, 8 seasons, man. Didn't do anything, man. Jordan didn't get the best out of him. Now he's doing his thing in Boston right now. So you got to look at those situations. Do you want to continue to root for a team that's not doing anything, or you want to root for a team that that's trying to do their best effort every year to build a contender, man? So it's a great topic that you brought up, man. Makes people really question these things, man. I really want to think at this stuff at a deep level. If you can't come out with a topic like this if you don't really broaden the perspective of it, and you did. So we this is a topic, man. We gotta continue to address.
Yeah, and I'm gonna continue to spearhead it because it's my baby. So I'm gonna spearhead this topic because I want people. Salute to you, Anthony L, man. What's up? I want people to really start being smarter fans, man. Yuski Knight, you gonna have to be smarter with this, dog. Stop that diehard nonsense. Because I'm telling you, LeBron is not in your best interest. He's a 33% averager. He went over there to get movie deals. And he went over there to retire. He's not looking for NBA championships. It just so happened that Kobe Bryant had a tragedy and now he's pressured. But if Kobe didn't have no tragedy, he would damn sure not be trying to do anything. Y'all need to wake up and smell the damn coffee. Y'all got to be smarter out here. Anthony L, y'all got to be smarter fans, man. Screw the damn Lakers. If they're not doing what they're supposed to, swap a damn Lakers jersey and jump to the damn Clippers. That's what I say. Because at the end of the day, you got to go for the team that's willing to basically showcase that they appreciate your time as a fan. That's really what it's about. Because you're a consumer. You're consuming. So in your consumption, you want to make sure you're having quality consumption and not quantity consumption. That's what you guys have been doing for a long time. You've been doing quantity type of consumption. Now it's about quality. You got 2 caveat teams in LA, something that nobody else got other than what Eraser said with New York, the Brooklyn and the New York Knicks. That's it. Everybody else got one team that they can only ride with. Use that advantage to your fullest extent because the Clippers are coming. Steve Ballmer is one of the richest people, not only in basketball, but on this planet. And he's willing to invest money like nobody's business. He is living up to his promise and telling Kawhi Leonard, I'm going to give you everything that you've been asking for. And he's been doing that. Kawhi can't sit here and complain. And Kawhi has not been complaining. What has he been going out there and doing? Delivering. And Kawhi is the most recent pupil of Kobe. So you know he gonna stick it to LeBron. So the question is, before this playoff come around and y'all get humbled playoff-wise, because I'm telling y'all, that's a tough pill to swallow come postseason. Y'all sit there and make y'all adjustments before the postseason come around. Y'all sitting here saying, Lakers, Lakers, Lakers. And you know damn well Kawhi gonna stick it to LeBron. And when it happens, you're gonna be hot and bothered like grits about the situation. When you could have made your adjustment earlier on and be done with it. And now, instead of being on the losing side of the aisle, you're on the winning side of the aisle. Y'all got to be smarter, man, with this fanship. Because I've been smart with my fanship. Richy Rich knows that. I used to be a one-team guy. I used to be the Miami Dolphin guy, the Miami Heat guy. Screw all that, man. What have they given me? They've given me loss after loss, failures after failures. They pissed me off with Ricky Williams. If anybody knows me as a Dolphins fan and the way they treated Ricky Williams, I'm still hot and bothered like grits about that. I left them the second they hired Dave Wanstead. I could go on and on and on about that. When I realized that, the Dolphins are not in my interest, they don't know what they got in the workhorse and Ricky, screw them. Then I became a Patriots fan. I said, screw it. And I ain't even looked back since. And you know what? I've been sitting there with how many Super Bowls now? Chilling, dog. High success rate. Never look back. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Y'all got to be smart, man. Y'all got to start thinking as fans because at the end of the day, it's about quality and not quantity. And ever since I've gotten into this quality mindset, my fanship experience has been beautiful. Look at me, man. Do I look like somebody that's aging, dog? No. Do I look stressed? No. You know why? Because I'm not pulling my hair out. I don't got time for that nonsense. And see, people are sitting here saying, well, I'm a real this fan and I'm a real that fan. Listen, Anthony L., you didn't listen to what I said, but Sunday I'll recap it. You can be a real fan for a team all they want, but if the team is not meeting or excelling expectation, then what you a real fan for? Because at the end of the day, your fanship, you know what it is? Let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you again. Most fans have nothing invested on the team they are rooting for, but their mind space and their emotions alone. That means is your ego. That's all that's getting in the way. And once you're able to get that and subtract that out of the way, then you'll understand why your fanship needs to be valued. So you got to put a team on a proverbial clock as a fan. You're not doing what you're supposed to. Okay, I'm going to put you on this clock for X amount of time. And if you can't, for X amount of time, give me what I need, I'm gone. Screw that. You don't deserve my fanship. Y'all need to start doing this. Because if y'all don't do this, these teams are not going to meet expectations and they're not going to excel to the demands that you want them to be at. Look at Richard James. He said Madison Square Garden should be empty. It's probably empty now. Who's watching RJ Barrett play? Who's out there watching RJ Barrett play? When you got the Brooklyn Nets and you know you got Kevin Durant and you got Kyrie Irving in them. Come on now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Y'all NBA fans, y'all got to be smarter. Sports fans, y'all got to be smarter. Y'all got to be smarter. And I'm gonna keep talking about this because I'm gonna start having you guys expand your minds and understand why the fanship experience should not be as closed-minded and as archaic and as ignorant as it's been before. And why these sports teams have used masterful dupery to mess with you guys. He's got a point. Damn right I got a point. Damn right. Anthony L said, that's why I said probation. He knows, boy. Okay, there you go, Anthony L. You putting them on a time. That's what I'm saying. Timestamp them. Put them on a timestamp at the minimum so that you guys can maximize your experience. Because otherwise, you're wasting your time. And who wants to do that? So just think on what I said. Richy Rich, any closing thoughts you got, man, before we write out?
I have none. I think we addressed all of what we had to address.
All right. Well, y'all have a great Friday. Y'all enjoy yourselves. When it comes to Sunday, we're gonna retouch this topic. I see a lot of people are now starting to think. They're starting to do some critical thinking. I'm loving this because it tells me that you guys are really deep thinkers, and that's what I want. I want deep thinkers to start thinking deep, start doing critical thinking, really sit down and ask yourself these types of questions. And when you come to this conclusion and you want to learn more, y'all holler at HeKnows the Sport. I'll drop an article to all of y'all, and now I'm gonna tell y'all read the article. And when you read it, you will be, it's going to radicalize you like it did me. Because I read this thing years ago. It's going to radicalize you in a way to where your fanship is going to forever change. The way you look at sports team, the way you look at everything is going to change. Y'all holler at me. I'm going to make sure y'all taken care of, because that's what we do over here. We take care of our people over here. We make sure everybody has a high probable success rate. We want y'all to be enjoyable quality fans and not quantity headache fans. We ain't got time for that nonsense. So y'all enjoy yourselves. Have a great Friday. Richy Rich, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for everything that you brought to the table. Appreciate you, bro. Y'all enjoy. The rest of this All-Star weekend is going to be crazy. It's going to be epic. Y'all take care. Do y'all thing. Peace.
Peace.